So, you want to know more about the Acid Spitter Drake? Well, you've come to just the place. Want to know how to properly utilise its abilities? If buying the DLC is worth it, or even how to play as it without even needing the DLC? Well, all of those questions and more will be answered in this video. This is the guide to the Acid Spitter Drake. The Acid Spitter is a DLC dragon. This means you need to purchase the DLC to play as this dragon. But not really. The DLC gives you the ability to spawn in as the Acid Spitter on any server at any time. You can hatch from another pair of Acid Spitters X to play as this dragon without even needing the DLC. This dragon is currently the only Drake in Day of Dragons. But what is a Drake? A Drake is a subspecies of dragon, much like a wyvern. Drakes are four-legged flightless dragons, therefore the Acid Spitter is the only flightless dragon currently in the game. The Acid Spitter's element is, shockingly enough, acid. Unlike the Shadow Scale and Flamestalker, where their Q abilities take stamina, the Acid Spitters take bile. This is because the Acid Spitter's ability is Decaying Bite. When you bite another dragon with Decaying Bite, it will infect them with the Decaying effect, decaying their armor, health, and stamina. The Acid Spitter's breath attack is an acid projectile. When hit, it will infect your opponent with Decaying. The decay effect can also be stacked, with each stack dealing different levels of armor decay and stamina draining. A juvenile Acid Spitter will apply 1 stack per Decaying Bite, adults 2, and elders 3. However, the decaying effect can be washed off by water, so if your prey is headed to a body of water after being infected, beware. The Acid Spitter is a particularly agile dragon, one of the fastest in the game. This is due to its sprint ability. If you crouch prior to running, you will run extra fast, at the cost of more stamina. So if you need to launch an ambush or run away from a pursuer, this is essential. The Acid Spitter has the innate ability to eat biodragons without being affected by their toxins. So if you're a cute little biodragon and you see an Acid Spitter, it may just consider you a tasty snack. The Acid Spitter is also one of the fastest growing dragons in the game, with just 2 hours of growth time to reach full adult, only rivaled by the Biodragon, and possibly the upcoming Blitzstriker as well. Every dragon has its own immunities and weaknesses, so let's have a look at the Acid Spitters. Starting off with the Spitter's resistance to pierce, a respectable 66%, so bites and scratches won't be too effective against this particular dragon. Impact only 25% resistant, so high impact damage will hurt this dragon quite a bit. Fire 48% resistance. Odd, because in my experience fire seems to be absolutely lethal to Spitters. So a Spitter seems to be able to survive being hit with fire once, but any more and you'll likely be reduced to a pile of ashes. Frost, while not yet in the game, seems to be on a similar level to fire. Plasma, only 46%. Lightning, close to the past 3 with 45% resistance. Now, here is where things get very interesting. The Acid Spitter is 100% immune to its own element, so if you're in a Spitter versus Spitter fight, Decaying will do nothing against your opponent. Spitting at them with your acid projectile won't even do anything at all. And due to the Decaying immunity, Decaying Bite will be useless during a fight with another Spitter. The best method for escaping dragons with flight is this. Try to find a forest as soon as possible, or duck and weave through trees and rocks. Try to juke them until they lose track of you, and if possible, try to get some hits off. If you manage to infect them, the fight will turn in your favour, and they will be the ones trying to escape. Remember, if you can get them on the ground, they will be easy to finish off. Just watch out and try not to get hit by their breath attacks. And that should be everything you need to know about the Acid Spitter Drake. I hope that you now have a better understanding of how this dragon works, and maybe now if you know if the DLC is worth buying for you. Speaking of which, as a treat for making it to the end of the video, I'm doing an Acid Spitter giveaway. Just leave a comment featuring the word SPAT, and you'll be in for the draw. Of course, if you're watching this in the future, this won't really apply, but I very often do giveaways like this on my channel, so consider subscribing if you enjoyed, and don't want to miss out on future giveaways. I'm talking Acid Spitter DLC, Blitzstrikers, and maybe even content creator skins if my videos do well enough to earn them. And if you choose to return, I'll see you next time.